What up, what up, what up, what up? It's your boy P. Skip. Welcome to the best half hour of your entire Tuesday. You know what time it is. It's time to get into his course. My squad with me, T-Mac.
Hola.
Chili Will.
Gracias, amigo.
Let's do this. So let's get to this. You know, us here in Wisconsin and Packerland, we saw a playoff game this weekend that if you weren't bothered, then you're not a Packer fan. And so the scriptures that just came to mind was this. James 1:12 says, blessed is the man that endures temptation. James 5:17 says, behold, we count them happy which endure. Matthew 24:13 says, but he that endures unto the end, the same shall be saved. The Bible talks a lot about enduring, but it does not say anything about quitting. And for me, I felt like Aaron kind of used yesterday's game as a possible way out, because I think it would have been a whole lot more difficult had he won a Super Bowl and not. I don't think he would have been villainized if you won a Super Bowl and then left. But I think what he did was, for me, again, a whole lot of other factors made that game just suck E. But that fact alone that, hey, bruh, if I throw a big goose egg here, we lose, my out is real easy. Because Packer fans already would be upset at me anyway. So me leaving won't be as big of a blow. You know, that's just my thought. Will, you saw some things. Tim, you saw some things. Go ahead, Will. Tell me what you saw, man.
What I saw was, what you just mentioned. Let me just start there. That danced in my mind a little bit too. That his effort and energy towards being competitive, because it's a bunch of times that he could have ran and got the first and he didn't. You know, and I was like, man, he normally run and get that, and he didn't do it. But anyway, what I saw was, and this is was most disappointing to me, that when you got an all-pro quarterback, reigning MVP, odds are he's going to win it back-to-back. You got the best wide receiver in the game, and you got the kind of backfield we got with the 1-2 punch we got. And for us to only score one touchdown, to me, that's not acceptable. The offense get paid all the money in football. They get paid all the money. They have the offensive linemen, running backs, they get paid all the money. There's not too many football games in the NFL where you can win by scoring just 7 points. That just doesn't happen that often. Right. So it's as bad as the special teams played, and they played pretty bad. I mean, it's sports, it's football. We already know that a certain amount of time people going to drop the ball. A certain amount of time people going to fumble. A certain amount of time people going to muff a kick and block a kick. We all know that's going to happen at sports as football. So it's no surprise when that does happen. But what is surprising is when you paying offensive players this much money and they only can get to the end zone one time. And they were down there several times. Right. And only can get in there one time. And I know you guys just like me. When they had to kick field goals, I didn't have the utmost confidence in the kicker. Right. I thought we was going to get back down into field goal range, and he was going to trick it, and that's how we was going to lose. That's what I thought was going to happen. So I was, the special teams didn't play well, but I was more disappointed in the Packers offense yesterday than I was anything else.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I second that motion that Will just said. I think the special teams, they bear some of the blame, to
some of it they do.
A field goal blocked and have a punt blocked. Not only was the punt blocked, but the guy blocked it from the middle. Yeah, hey, there's no excuse for the middle guy to come through. That is what you protect the most. I mean, so that's just totally inexcusable. That to me showed a lackadaisical kind of attitude. You kind of taking some plays off. And that to me was the biggest disappointment, that here we are, home field advantage, got the temperature on our side, got the crowd going, and you marched right down coming into the game and scored. It looked like we was going to handle San Francisco, and the defense played their hearts out. They played
best they ever played.
You know what I mean?
The best they ever played.
It's the best they ever will, at least in the last 2 or 3 seasons. I mean, combined, no cap. So the defense is flying around, playing, stopping San Francisco in the red zone. I mean, San Francisco didn't even score an offensive touchdown.
Not even
and one. This is all you give us is one score, Aaron Rodgers.
One
Mr.
touchdown,
MVP, Mr. Hey, I'm going to come back to the Packers and do what I want to do and all of this kind of stuff. Now, that's cool if you can back it up. I ain't got no problem with you being a maverick. I ain't got no problem with you being a trash talker. I don't got any problem with you coloring outside the lines from time to time. I get all that, but you got to deliver. And you didn't feel any, you know what I'm saying? If you ain't delivering, bro, get your behind in line and relax. You know what I'm saying? You haven't earned the right to get some leeway, player. And you didn't feel any sort of pain of the trickery of last year where you had the home field advantage and lost with a Super Bowl berth on the line. That was the second time in the last 3 years that we had a chance to go to the Super Bowl playing in the NFC Championship and did not win. You didn't want to redeem yourself from any of that, man. And here we are now. You're playing at home after all that trash you took the squad through both preseason and during the season with your whole COVID situation. And this is what you do. That was one of the most disappointing losses that I've ever witnessed. And, you know, we've been sports fans all our lives, played sports, all of that kind of stuff. You done skipped some spots, which I'm going to go here and say that's what makes what the Bucks did that much more remarkable. When they came in as the number 1 seed and tricked, it was painful for them.
2 years in a row.
2 years in a row, right? They took it personal and said, you know what? Next time we ain't losing. We just ain't going to lose. Whatever we got to do to win, that's what we're going to do. And their leader played his best when it counted the most, when Giannis dropped that 50 in the closeout game in Game 6 of the finals. Aaron, didn't you go to some of them games? Aren't you part owner of the Bucks? You didn't siphon off not one iota of inspiration and technical know-how from that you witnessed this whole year, and y'all losing y'all first game. It was totally unacceptable. And if Aaron Rodgers, if that was your swan song for the Packers, good riddance, Hook. That was out of order what you did. You know what I'm saying? I'm an Aaron Rodgers. I've been rooting for you, man, your whole career. Wanting you to confirm when Brett Favre was here, wanting us to ship him off to give you your shot. You did your thing, got us some hardware. That was 2011, though, player. That's a decade ago. And the combined you and Brett Favre, 2 of the, you know, let's say best quarterbacks arguably in the history of the game, we only won 2 championships out of 30 seasons. That means y'all ain't as cold in the clutch as we needed y'all to be. Maybe you guys are leaders in your own right, but you're not the leaders that this organization needs and, dare I say, deserve. And if we got to go through a year or 2 of a rebuild and not be at the top of the NFC standings over these seasons while we're trying to groom another quarterback to let's see if Matt LaFleur is really a for real coach without having a first ballot Hall of Famer running the team, I say what we got to lose. We get to the playoffs and get kicked out anyway. It ain't going to be much worse. So I say at this time, hey, Aaron, maybe it is time for you to make that move. Go ahead, bro. We appreciate you while you was here. Thought you was going to do more, but you didn't. So bye.
You know,
that's my take.
Pastor Tim, I agree with everything you said. I think the other piece we have to look at is, okay, Aaron, really, what is your legacy? Really, what does your legacy look like, bro? And the other piece for me, I look at Aaron and I go, you got a losing record against San Fran in the playoffs. I think you may have beat them one time in the playoffs all your career. You know, and so you have proven that something about San Francisco, and San Francisco obviously weren't afraid of you at all. And there were some things that he did yesterday that kind of you make passes just off enough to make it look like, oh, my bad. Those are the passes you normally catch right in their hands. So you can look at them and be angry. But you are off inches. And you ain't that kind of guy that is off inches like that. You one of the most accurate quarterbacks in the history of the NFL. And now all of a sudden you just off a little bit. Your timing is just off a little bit. Man, hey, listen, that looks like a fix to me. You know, and I'm not a conspiracy dude, but here's where you're supposed to say, now is the time for me to really show who I am. It's the playoffs. It's win or go home. And you didn't step up like you said, Pastor Tim, and be who you say you are.
Yes, sir. I mean, not only was this your time to step up because it's the playoffs. Hey, man, the team deferred to you when you were trying to pick and choose players. You went and grabbed Randall Cobb just about out of retirement, dictating to the general manager et al., hey, man, this is what we need to do, like you were the man. And they deferred to you because they thought at that moment in time, when we got to the future, which ended up being yesterday, that you was going to make good on it. They rolled with you in good faith. They held their nose and still dealt with you being a jerk because they said, okay, when it comes money time, he going to come through and this all is going to shake out. So for you not to demonstrate what looks like the effort, the grit, the resilience, the will to win at that particular time was totally inexcusable. And if you want to go somewhere and get on Jeopardy or discount double check or whatever it is you do, go on and do that outside of Green Bay because it's obvious to us either you have an unwillingness to step up to the plate when we need you most, or even worse, you have an inability at this particular time to take us where we need to go. In either case, we're done.
Hey, Mr. Chair, can we have a 5-minute recess? hey, Tim is pissed off to the highest of
oh man, Will. Only because this is a gospel show, am I keeping my language PG?
Hey, you mad, frustrated, and you threw a dude. You don't wash your hands.
Hey man, I'm done with him. I've been an advocate for him.
Hey, he's dead to you.
You got me wasting my political capital on you, and you did that. Bro, go somewhere.
Hey man, but
Jordan
look,
Love at Jordan Love, get on in here, man. Get up on the center. Come on, Jordan Love. J Love, come on, man. Come on.
Hey, if we gonna lose, we might as well be underdogs. Huh?
Come on, man. You know what I'm saying?
If we gonna lose. I mean?
Hey,
that loss yesterday was like so disappointing, man. And like I said, you guys probably was like me. I was like, the kicker is gonna be the one that's gonna trick it for us because he's been tricking all year long. So I thought for sure we was gonna get in a situation where he had it and then he was gonna miss, or they was gonna talk about the wind and the snow. Aaron Rodgers didn't even get us to that point. The other thing too, man, you know, special teams didn't play well. Matter of fact, they played terrible. They should have had on the other team's jerseys the way they played. The other thing is that last drive that they put together, San Francisco put together, the defense had 2 different times where it was 3rd and long. And all of us in the world know there's only 2 people gonna get the ball in that situation. Who gonna get the ball?
What's
Debo Sanders or Kerry Kittle.
That's it.
Them the only 2 gonna get the ball.
Yeah.
How they get the ball every time and get a first down?
And that right, that's a very excellent point. But because you had the defense playing as sturdy as they did the whole game, and to your original point, had Aaron Rodgers gave us any more oomph on offense, the reason why you need it is so if the defense begins to peter out at the last 3-4 minutes of the game and you give up a nearly catastrophic gaffe like that blocked punt was, you got enough cushion to absorb that and still win the game. So those drives that the Packers stalled, you know what I'm saying?
Two touchdowns.
We scored just even one more touchdown, we win 14-13 at best. Just one more. And asking for one more score in a playoff, which I don't think is unreasonable to ask, given you the number 1 seed, you playing at home, and it's 14 freaking degrees.
And you coming off a bye. You coming off a bye.
I mean, so it was all there, man. It was our game to lose. And miraculously, we lost the game.
Yeah, it was. Dude, I was disappointed in the defense on that drive too. I thought for sure that, I'm sitting here watching it with Lizette, and I'm telling her it's only 2 guys who gonna get the ball. She's like, "How you know that? All them people are how you know?" I'm like, "I'm just telling you. They only gonna throw the ball to 2 people." And lo and behold, they throw the ball to them 2 people, and they get first downs. It's like, how do y'all not know this?
Yeah.
Why? I'm a firm believer in let somebody else beat me. Tim, you rolling. Skip, you rolling.
Right.
Hey, y'all wives got to beat me. Y'all ain't beating me.
Right.
I'm selling
y'all
out.
Ain't got nothing
I'm selling out. I'm doubling both of y'all, and I don't care if they be open. If they can hit the shot, I'm going down like that. I'm not going down like the Packers went down, man. Tim. That's unacceptable. That's unacceptable.
Agreed, brother.
But you already know the first thing that's gonna happen is the special teams coach gonna get fired because he black. He getting fired. He gonna be fired by Monday morning because he black, so he gone. Mm-hmm. And that's the scapegoat. No, it's enough blame to go around on this, starting with our all-world future Hall of Famer quarterback. It's a couple times y'all know when he was in the pocket. Y'all know Aaron Rodgers don't hold the ball that long.
No,
man. He's holding the ball like man, you don't never hold the ball that long. What is you doing? Then they sack him.
Exactly. Yeah. And now we're out of field goal range. Now we got a punt.
Dude,
another wasted possession.
And it was crucial sacks. Crucial sacks.
Dude, it didn't pass the smell test. Some of the things that transpired, it really didn't.
That's what I said. I felt like one of 2 things. And I hate to be the conspiracy guy, but I felt like either Aaron owed some folks some money, and that spread, and or whatever, or he was saying this will be the easiest way to get out of here, is if I lose this game, because the fans will feel like Pastor Tim feels, get on. Now I can leave, because you win a Super Bowl, ain't nobody saying get on. Mm-hmm. Because if he wins the Super Bowl, he's more likely going to also be Super Bowl MVP.
Yeah.
And so now it becomes different. Right.
You want to sabotage your legacy like that. As a competitor, Pastor, as you being a competitor,
right.
Play basketball all this time, all of this stuff, would you want to, after you've been talking trash for a year and a half about how you this and you that, would you want to tarnish your competitive reputation by tanking in the biggest game of the year just so you can this is going to make it easier for me to leave? Well, you've been selling wolf tickets like you big and bad. You don't care whether jokers want you there or not. You're going to do what you want to do. Be grown if you grown. Don't punk out now. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Pastor Skip. Pastor Skip, let's go to another subject, man. I don't want to lose him. I don't want to lose. Hey, I feel like Flavor Flav. We losing them, man. We losing them.
Let me answer this question, then we'll go ahead and move. There's a difference, we were brought up. First of all, I'm the poorest loser there is. Mm-hmm. I hate losing on anything I do. And if there's a possibility I can lose, I'm probably not going to do it. Mm-hmm. Because not only am I a poor loser, but I don't even like people who are okay with losing around me.
Right.
So you okay with second, bro? Second is nothing but first loser. That's all second is. I can't do second. If I'm in it to win it. But for him, there's a difference in mentalities nowadays, because nowadays you're looking at my brand, and my brand can make more money in a bigger market. My brand I can make more money leaving here than I can staying here off the field. Because let's just be honest, we don't know where he's going next. But wherever he's going, they're going to give him whatever he wants. If Aaron says,
my guess is San Francisco.
It could be, but not if Garoppolo wins. Not if they end up winning.
I think we finna see KD part 2.
Wow.
You could, because he's from that area, isn't he?
He's from that area. They got a very good team. All they need is a quarterback. I think he might be pulling the KD on us and heading to San Francisco, just like
KD / Tom Brady.
Yeah.
But let's look at this though. Okay, let's say he goes to San Francisco, bigger market, which means he can make more money off the field than on. 2, they'll probably give him 3 years, $75 million.
Yeah,
they'll give it to him.
They're gonna give him more than that. If they gave him 3 years, they're giving him six. They give him 100. 3 years gonna be about $100 million for him.
And it could be, but I'm thinking they may say, but looking at his age, we'll give you $25 million a year.
See, that's why. Okay, now you look at this now. Look how this is set up.
Right.
They can take Aaron, get rid of Garoppolo. They can keep their rookie on the rookie contract for another 2 years. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And then he gonna bring Devontae Adams with him.
Right.
So now you look at their team. You look at their team now going into the future. At that point, he worth $30 million a year, $33 million a year.
Especially if Devontae comes with him.
Devontae going wherever Aaron Rodgers go. You best believe that.
That could very easily be.
They Siamese now.
Oh yeah, they attached at the hip now.
Yeah. So that's what's getting ready to happen. So the same way KD went to Golden State, he finna go to Golden State the same way.
Wow.
Yes, Golden State, right. So hey, listen. Switching subjects over to the NBA. I thank God that the Bucks are starting to look better, but they still have got to fix that center situation because I don't see Giannis being able to do this an entire playoffs. I just don't see it. I think it's going to be too much wear and tear with all the heavy lifting. Now they say that Brook is out of surgery and it's just like they're saying he may be coming back after All-Star weekend.
Well, he's been spotted. He's been spotted on the court.
Right.
He's been spotted on the court. So he has been on the court. So that's a good move. I'll know more by the next show we have because I'm supposed to. I'll know more by the next show.
Right. But even that backup center piece still needs to be addressed. It still needs to be addressed. There still needs to be more than one center on the team in case Brook gets out there and he's like, listen, I'm giving you all I got, but my back only lets me give you 75%.
Well, you see what Phoenix did. They went and got a backup center because they know that if they run into Giannis again, Giannis straight up destroyed Ayton. So they went and got a backup center. That's a little more, they got LaVelle, but they went and got another guy.
Right.
What's his name? I don't know if y'all been watching the games.
NBA veteran. I can't remember his name.
Yeah, he's got an African kind of name.
Right.
Yeah, they went and got him just because if it ends up being the Bucks, they want to be prepared. They don't want to go out like they did last time. So you're right, but I don't tweet. If any one of you guys tweet, I want you guys to put out there in the atmosphere. Why doesn't the NBA talking heads ever talk about Brook Lopez being out for the Bucks and being hurt and injured for the Bucks? Why they treat this man like he top liver and he an NBA All-Star? I don't get that, man. We are half game out of first place in the East without our starting All-Pro center, and nobody ever mentions that. I mean, I'm frustrated by that.
Yeah,
right.
And that's because let's just be honest. The league does not want to believe that Milwaukee is as great as they are. Somewhere in their mind, they think, well, last year was a fluke. If it wasn't for KD's feet being too big, the Bucks would have never won that.
And Harden and Kyrie going out.
Right. They would have never got that championship. So they don't respect Milwaukee and what Milwaukee's doing, they don't think we can continue to do it. But it's being proven.
Well, I'm telling you this. Every time Giannis get one of them people who they claim is the MVP, on the floor, he sit on their head. Giannis can say, y'all can believe what y'all want to believe, but this is what I'm telling y'all. I will put 50. I will put 50 and go 17 for 19 on whoever, because I'm not playing. I'm not playing. I'm taking names.
I'm the MVP. Bismarck Biyombo is that guy's name from Phoenix.
Bismarck Biyombo.
SOS. Joel Embiid. Giannis is moving. He's on his way in your direction. Watch out. Hide the women and children.
Right. Hey, listen, here's the thing that I've learned about Giannis. Anybody who says they're better than him, he takes it personal and gives it to him.
Yes.
Everybody, either a team or a player, he takes that extremely personal. Let me get to this last point, y'all, before we close. What do you think is a message being sent to Russ at the fact that they benched him and it bothered him so much that he walked off the court? What do you think?
I'll dive in. It's the message is clear. Hey, man, you have some liabilities that we aren't going to settle for anymore. All we ask you to do is develop an outside shot so that your shooting percentages can be better. You are an all-star. We brought you over here and you haven't been producing. Now we look the other way with all the turnovers that you've been having, as you've been getting dragged in the mud all year by fans all across the world. We as an organization, particularly the coaching staff, have tried to take the high road and give you some cover, and you still have not demonstrated that you've made enough of a marked improvement for us to have that kind of confidence in you. Now, because we got LeBron is the only reason why we still got any hope of grace, any shred of it as it is. And we want you to go ahead and prove us wrong. But if you don't, this is a league, and the league is bigger than any one player. And if you got to become the sacrificial lamb and or the example, we ain't too big to do that to you. So if you feel humiliated, if you feel, hey, this is stepping on your toes and killing your entitlement and you deserve more respect, what this is saying is all that tragedy's out the window now. You got to show and prove now, player, because whether you think it's fair or not, hey, we're playing for all the marbles, and in LA, just being okay ain't good enough. We play for championships. And if you ain't demonstrating that kind of caliber, we will do what we can to hopefully light a fire under your behind to get you to play to that caliber that we hoped you could play for when we made this weird trade for you that raised eyebrows in the first place. Now, you still on the team and you still might be able to get some burn. Next time we decide to leave you in and not sit your behind back down again, show and prove, all can be well. If you want to pout as a 35-year-old man, that just proves our point. And maybe we made a drastic mistake in getting you in the first place. We were willing to roll the dice, willing to think outside the box, willing to take chances, willing to take risks. They have to be calculated, though. And as you begin to make our calculation a bit more pointed, hey, man, you could be out here on the next train smoking, and we will be no less because of it, because you were sucking while you was with us anyway.
Hey, well, listen, once again, an amazing show. Thanks for hanging out with us at the #1 faith-based sports talk show in the entire world, Into His Courts. Meet us every Tuesday right here, Joy 1340 AM, 98.7 FM. Until next week, have an amazing week. Peace.